Greetings, moms, dads, and caregivers from all walks of life. Welcome to another enlightening episode of Unveiling a New View to Parenting. I'm your guide on this journey, and together we strive to question the norm, investigate the intricacies of parenting, and illuminate the path to nurturing effective strategies. Our focus for today's episode revolves around a topic that forms the foundation of a child's overall well-being, ensuring a lifetime of healthy sleep. No one can deny the impact of good night's rest on our little one's development and day-to-day disposition. Navigating the landscape of children's sleep can sometimes feel like trekking through a labyrinth in the dark. However, rest assured, our expert guest today has dedicated many a moonlit night to studying these nocturnal nuances and devising comprehensive strategies to promote better sleep for our children, and my dear friends, that in turn is a promise of a good sleep for our own selves.
I'm thrilled to introduce Sara Morse, who has 25 years of sleep coaching and postpartum coaching experience working with newborns, infants, and toddlers. Let's get cozy and begin our enlightening conversation. Welcome, Sara. A warm welcome to you, and let's dive right into why some children struggle with establishing and maintaining healthy sleep patterns. What factors are at play beneath the surface?
Thank you so much for having me today. I think a lot of parents they really don't know what to expect as far as being a first-time parent, those signs to look for when it comes to establishing healthy sleep habits. And I'm here today to talk to you about some of the most important things to look for and to avoid when it comes to putting your little one to sleep. First and foremost, you want to focus on sleepy cues and wake windows. When not doing those two things, you're going to experience a lot of struggles when it comes to your little one's sleep. As far as putting your baby to sleep, we want to eliminate sleep associations that have to do with feeding your baby in order to get them to sleep, as well as rocking your baby to sleep. When babies are accustomed to falling asleep with those two ways, it makes it very difficult for them to stay asleep once they're put down in their sleep space. Another thing we want to do is establish consistency and routine throughout their day. Consistency is key, and babies thrive on routines. They quickly learn the process of what comes next when these same practices are established throughout the day.
Thank you. And then can you share some research-backed strategies then for parents to help their children achieve quality sleep consistently, since it sounds like it's of utmost importance? And how can we convert these nightly trials into restful, restorative sleep opportunities?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be happy to share some strategies and research-based tips. Co-sleeping is one of my personal favorites. First of all, I'd like to take a moment and distinguish the difference between co-sleeping and bed sharing, because a lot of parents get confused when it comes to these two terms. Co-sleeping is an excellent way to have your baby outside of your bed next to you, sleeping in their own sleep space, while bed sharing has your baby in the bed with you and not in their own sleep space, which is something we sleep consultants advise against. It's not safe for baby to share sleep space with mom and dad. Having them in their own space is definitely the best way to go and is backed by a lot of research. To be efficient, baby is right there as mom is sleeping. When baby wakes up to eat, mom is there, feeds the baby, and baby goes back to sleep in their own sleep space. It just makes that transition much easier. Some other tips that are backed by research are having your baby go outside during wake time. This really helps establish their circadian rhythm and helps set the stage for sleep later at night as their melatonin increases from that light exposure during the day. We also want to differentiate the difference between daytime and nighttime. Once babies are exposed to light when they wake up during the day, when they wake up in the morning, they associate light with wake time, and they associate darkness with sleep time.
Let's talk about striking a balance between understanding our child's sleep needs and preserving our own sanity, which can be tricky. Can you shed light on how we can navigate this intricate dance as parents?
Yes, absolutely. So when it comes to achieving solid sleep, a lot of us parents get really anxious over our baby's sleep in general, right? Because sometimes it's very unpredictable, but by establishing wake windows and sleepy cues, this really helps us set the stage for sleep and allows us to have baby achieve successful sleep across the board. I highly recommend following age-appropriate wake windows and watching for your baby's sleepy cues. Because once you notice that they're getting tired, that's the best time to actually put them down for sleep, and they will have much more successful sleep going through that process, as opposed to when baby gets overtired and then they can't fall asleep because they're overtired.
I wish we had a translator, right, for babies. And our little ones don't know how to directly tell us words that they are sleepy, but they do know how to communicate with us when they get sleepy. Could you tell us 2 stages of sleepy cues? And could you tell us how to navigate how we can avoid overtiredness in our babies?
Absolutely. So 2 stages to sleepy cues are I'm getting tired, I'm tired, and I also added a third one in, which is overtired. The I'm getting tired stage, baby's eyebrows start to flush, they look a little red, their vocals are limited, they're kind of gazing out into space. You'll notice that their activity has really begun to slow down. This is exactly when you want to start to set the stage for sleep, but I'll get into that in a second. The second stage of sleepy cues is I'm tired. So babies start to fuss a little bit, they start to cry just a little bit, they start to yawn, they start to become disengaged and not really want to participate in the activity that you may be trying to get them to participate in. And at that point, we would want to make sure that they're getting ready for their sleep space in order to go to sleep, because they're not quite overtired yet. Once you reach that third stage, it's I'm overtired, and that is a lot of intense crying. Baby is very difficult to console. Baby's body becomes very rigid. And at this point, it's going to be very difficult for parents to get their baby to sleep because they're now overtired. So across the board, the main focus is to really try to watch for those cues during stage 1 and really try to set the stage for sleep by time stage 2 comes.
Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit about wake windows, since you have mentioned that quite a bit. Can you help us understand what are those specifically, if you get into that a little bit more?
Absolutely. So wake windows vary according to age. They're divided into newborn stage, infant stage, and older infant stage, then toddler stage. Sleep needs vary. Obviously, for a newborn is going to require much more sleep than an infant, an older infant, and a toddler. But by watching those sleepy cues, that helps us establish wake windows. And once you put your baby down to sleep and they wake up from their nap, and now they have their next wake window, their time awake, they're going to be happy, they're going to be engaged, and you're going to really enjoy that time with them because they're not overtired from getting the appropriate amount of sleep across the board. For an example, a newborn that is birth to 6 weeks old, they're currently taking roughly 4 to 7 naps per day, okay? And their wake windows are just 30 minutes to an hour. That's it. Once they reach that hour mark, some of them that 30-minute mark, they're ready to go to sleep. So you really want to just watch for those cues and put them to sleep, and the wake windows will fall into place once you've got those cues established.
Excellent. And to put it all together, I guess if there was one thing, one key learning for all parents, please do tell us, how can parents equip their children with skills or habits that promote healthy sleep patterns, thereby setting them for a lifetime of serene slumber?
So I tell all of my clients that consistency is key. If you establish healthy sleep habits from the beginning and you implement those sleep habits throughout the course of their infancy, sleep will become so much easier for parents across the board. Of course, we want to set the stage for sleep, and I've focused on that a little bit through some more of my classes, but setting the stage for sleep really helps achieve sleep success as well. So When those sleepy cues are showing, we want to set the stage for sleep by either swaddling a newborn or putting an infant in their sleep sack. And then we want to turn the lights off, make sure the room is nice and dark by closing the curtains to keep all of that light out, turn a sound machine on, and just really set the stage for sleep by placing baby in their crib awake and giving them the ability to self-soothe. Doing these things consistently, day in and day out, will help baby learn the process of what comes next in their schedule. So sleep success is easily achieved as long as you're consistent in baby's routine.
Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us, Sara. Your insights offer a refreshing perspective, illuminating our approach to children's sleep and how we can guide them towards a lifetime of restful nights. Dear listeners, as we tuck away this episode, remember that every hurdle in parenting is a stepping stone to growth, for our little ones and for us. And always keep in mind that you're not journeying alone. For more nuggets of wisdom, head over to our website, misspoppins.io. There you'll unearth a trove of resources from thought-provoking articles to captivating videos, all designed to support you on your parenting expedition. To simplify your journey further, we invite you to download the Miss Poppins app. Here you can discover our selection of childcare professionals and parenting coaches, each offering their unique skills and packages. The cherry on top, you can purchase these packages at the top of a button. Isn't that smooth road towards enlightening parenting? As we say goodnight to this episode, let's apply the wisdom we gleaned today. Remember, every restful night is a milestone in their growth, and each sleep challenge can be a getaway to understanding. Thank you all for tuning in today, and until next time, this is your host signing off from Unveiling a New View to Parenting. Stay curious, stay involved, and above all, stay patient.